Everyone talks about the top trim levels in Bronco versus Wrangler. Those are trucks that most of us can't afford. So let's look at the ones that we can, the Bronco Base and the Wrangler Sport. Which one is the miser's choice for the most affordable and best performing off-road vehicle? The Bronco seems to have all the specs to be a Wrangler crusher, according to Ford. But if we look beyond the max numbers depicted by the top trim levels, is it the most affordable and biggest bang for the truck SUV for everyone? When we stack up the best-in-class numbers of the Bronco against the Wrangler, or for that matter, any globally produced off-road SUV, Bronco dominates. But every Bronco doesn't come with the max performance specs and features. Not every Bronco is available with every combination of off-road desired specs. And not surprisingly, these competition-crushing numbers come at a price. Here's our analysis of what you could buy based on what you want out of an off-road SUV. This assumes that you don't have a brand loyalty to Jeep Wrangler or Ford Bronco, that you're starting from an unbiased point of view, if that's even possible. Now, we currently own a modified 2015 Wrangler JK Unlimited Sahara, and my last Ford Bronco was an '86 Bronco too. While I love my Jeep, I would make the move back to Bronco without a second thought if it delivered the 4x4 that I need. Need. That doesn't matter, it's the same thing. We're also going to look at the aftermarket upgrades when they make financial sense to create the rig we're after. After all, both Bronco and Wrangler promote their customization as a primary reason to buy them. Let's compare the two basic standard equipped models like we're scraping together our pennies to afford a new off-road capable 4x4. A rig whose primary function is great trail performance without paying for bling or electronics. In this model, we're looking for the best crawl ratio, best approach, breakover, departure angles, and the best ground clearance. We want the best turning radius for tight trails, good high-speed driving since it'll also be our daily driver, and of course, a fantastic open-air experience. Now this means we're going to narrow things down to a two-door, 4x4 convertible with a manual transmission. The Bronco delivers the aptly named Base. This rig will run you $28,500 US, plus another $1,500 delivery and destination, plus taxes and other charges depending on where you live and how your dealer does business. In Wrangler, the basic trim is called Sport, with a starting MSRP of $28,300 US, plus the same destination, delivery, taxes, and other charges from Jeep dealers as you can expect from Ford dealers. So the Bronco starts a comparison at about $200 more, and that looks like a win for Wrangler. However, Bronco does deliver some extras in that base two-door, including one that you may consider a necessity, and that's air conditioning. AC is an option in the two-door Sport. Bronco Base also provides superior LED head and tail lamps versus the Sport halogens, which some folks consider a necessity for safety on and off-road. After you buy LED lamps and air conditioning, the Wrangler Sport's $200 lead evaporates. By the way, if you're enjoying this video, share it. Smash that like button, and if you want to see more, please subscribe and ring that bell so you're the first to be notified when a new video comes out. Now back to the Base versus Sport debate. In this category, both Bronco and Wrangler provide true four-wheel drive, push-button start, a full-size spare hung off the tailgate, front tow hooks, cloth upholstery, removable roof, and doors. When it comes to the open-air experience, Bronco gets the nod for having lighter, frameless doors that stack in the back, leaving the mirrors on the body. But Jeep delivers the truly iconic fold-flat windshield that even the original Bronco had. While we appreciate the more easily removable and storable Bronco factory doors, aftermarket full-skin tube doors are available for Wrangler for about $500. Easy to purchase and install, but you won't be able to easily make your Bronco windshield fold flat. The Wrangler Sport also comes standard with a convertible top. The hardtop's optional. Right now, the Bronco Base appears to be standard with a hardtop. So to go open air, you have to remove and store the hardtop. Now that's harder to do than storing doors, and it's worse if you're on the trail and the weather turns wet. Unfortunately, Bronco Base may not even be available with a soft top. In stock form, and mostly because of the fold flat windshield and the standard convertible soft top, we give Wrangler the miser's win for best and most affordable open air experience. The Base is standard with a 7-speed manual transmission, which is only available with a 2.3-liter inline-4 EcoBoost engine. Numbers are only projected, but if it performs like the 2.3-liter in the Ranger, it'll deliver 270 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque. Standard equipment includes 16-inch wheels that mount 30-inch Bridgestone Dueler all-season tires. The Wrangler 2-door Sport comes standard with a 6-speed manual transmission, the 3.6-liter V6 Pentastar engine with 285 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque. Jeep gives you a no-charge choice of either 31.5-inch all-season or all-terrain tires. By the numbers, Bronco gets the win for a more powerful engine. Let's look at the other key metrics in our search for the best affordable new off-roader. The 2-door Bronco is 173.7 inches long, 75.9 inches wide, with a wheelbase of 100.4 inches. The 2-door Wrangler is 166.8 inches long, 73.9 wide, with a wheelbase of 96.2 inches. Wrangler is the smaller vehicle, and smaller typically makes the better trail vehicle, able to squeeze between tight trees and rocks. It also has the shorter wheelbase, which often provides tighter turning radiuses for tricky switchbacks on mountain roads and in tight trails through the forest. The Wrangler's curb-to-curb turning diameter is 34.6 feet, but so far Bronco is unspecified. Technology in the upper trims could be the deciding factor here, where Bronco's trail turn assist could make the difference. This uses braking and torque vectoring to slow the inside rear wheel, pivoting the Bronco around a turn. But this is not a standard feature in the Base. Because of the smaller size and the likelihood of a smaller turning radius in the basic trim, we have to give the win to Wrangler Sport. The Bronco 2-door has an approach angle of 35.5 degrees, breakover of 21.1, a departure angle of 29.8, and a ground clearance of 8.4 inches with the stock 30-inch tires. With the stock 31.5-inch tires, the Wrangler has an approach angle of 41.4, breakover of 25, departure of 35.9, and a ground clearance of 9.7 inches. Now, granted, the Wrangler Sport comes stock with roughly 1.5-inch diameter larger tires, but the specs are still clearly in favor of Wrangler for trail maneuvering with standard features in the basic trim level. Another miser's win for the Wrangler. Driving on the highway or high-speed off-road running is another matter. The lower body height in the Bronco, the longer wheelbase, and the Bronco's independent front suspension should make it the superior vehicle here. Again, only a test drive will tell for certain. One key feature we can't compare yet is the suspension travel. The Wrangler Sport 2-door is 8 inches of travel up front and 8.5 inches in the rear. And we don't see any reason why the Bronco Base will be any less, since the FJ Cruiser achieved the same 8 inches in the front with its independent front suspension and 9 inches in the rear with its solid rear axle. Unfortunately, neither model comes standard with a disconnecting sway bar. For now, we're calling it a draw, and the only note we'll make is that if upgrading the basic suspension is in your future as an owner, a solid front axle lift, like the Wranglers, is cheaper than an independent front axle lift like the one in the Bronco. If running trails involves towing an off-road trailer, then Bronco Base is the clear choice with a tow capacity of 3,500 pounds over the Wrangler's meager 2,000 pounds. The same goes if you need to carry gear, where the Bronco payload capacity tops out at 1,170 and the Wrangler is lower at 1,000 pounds. Since we're talking cargo capacity, let's talk cargo volume. The Bronco is the larger vehicle, and the cab is full body width, providing 52 cubic feet of cargo space behind the front seats, far superior to the 32 cubic feet offered by the two-door Wrangler. Another clear win for Bronco. For off-road crawling, torque is considered more important than horsepower. By the max numbers, the Bronco 2.3-liter EcoBoost is the clear winner. The crawl ratio describes how the engine RPM is reduced as it moves to the wheels, where a slow wheel turn means better control. The Wrangler's crawl ratio will reduce 1,000 engine RPM to turning the wheels just 21 times per minute, which is a good number for an off-road vehicle. The Bronco's crawl ratio will reduce 1,000 engine RPM to turning the wheels just 12.5 times per minute. That is a very, very controllable speed for crawling along a difficult trail. A win for the Bronco. Which base model is best? This is something you can answer by knowing what type of off-road driving you'll do most. If you plan to use your 4x4 to camp, then Bronco is the clear choice with its superior payload, towing, and cargo volume. For tight trails, the smaller Wrangler with its better ground clearance, approach, breakover, and departure angles is a really good fit in its stock form. But you're probably looking for a straight answer, not the ones we've given so far. Here it goes. If we were going to buy a new 4x4 in 2021, it would be the Bronco. Even though it goes against the miser rules by starting off paying an extra $200 in the list price. For $200, we get features that we would want to upgrade and some that can't be upgraded, including more torque, cargo, payload, and towing capacity. Other standard features thrown in for the $200 also play a part, including air conditioning, the 8-inch touchscreen, trail sights on the hood, and keyless entry. When we bought our Wrangler JK, we followed a similar miser's philosophy. Only pay for what you can't or don't want to upgrade. And we were really satisfied with the results. The 2021 Bronco looks like the miser's top choice for a new 4x4 compared to the 2020 Wrangler Sport. But Jeep has time to change pricing and options for the 2021 Sport to make it more competitive. And competition is great for wheelers everywhere. Now, what options do you consider to be essential for the miser's off-roader? Either stock parts and accessories or some from the aftermarket. Comparing the 2021 Bronco Base with the 2020 Wrangler Sport, what would you choose? If you enjoyed this video, share it. Smash that like button. And if you want to see more, please subscribe and ring that bell so you're the first to be notified when a new video comes out. Until next time, stay safe and we'll see you on the trail.